The Ferry Street Bridge in Eugene is ranked as one of the most dangerous in the country, but city leaders say drivers should not be worried. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Templeman.
And I'm Renee McCullough. The ranking comes from Travel and Leisure magazine. KEZI 9 News reporter Sarah Hurwitz spoke with public works officials about the bridge's safety. She joins us live tonight in Eugene with our top story tonight at 6 o'clock. Sarah?
Matt, Renee, when public works leaders survey the Ferry Street Bridge, they say it might be old, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not safe. Now, when you look at the nuts and bolts, you'll see that there are a lot of pieces that go into making a bridge structurally sound. But the city says residents shouldn't be worried. We take it for granted every time we cross a bridge, that it's safe to cross and won't collapse.
A little unsettling, I guess. I mean, I would hope that, I guess I just sort of assume that most bridges I'm crossing are sturdy.
After seeing the bridge up in Washington, not that long ago, collapse. I know it's possible.
A recent article in Travel and Leisure magazine ranked the Ferry Street Bridge the 10th most dangerous in the country because, quote, it's fracture critical, meaning that it lacks a redundancy among its components, which makes the bridge susceptible to partial or total collapse should any of those components fail. But public works leaders say the Ferry Street Bridge is sturdy and isn't a high safety risk for residents.
You've got some rust on some bolts, it's showing its age. But in terms of the fracture critical, failure critical pieces, they're all in good shape.
Traffic engineer Tom Larson says the bridge, which was built in 1951, was built to 50 standards, but it underwent a $30 million seismic upgrade from 1997 to 2000, which he says made the bridge safer.
We actually rebuilt the foundations both at both ends and under the middle, added a lot of these rails, repainted it. Widened the sidewalks on both sides by 3 feet.
Larson says when they're inspecting the bridge, they're looking for trouble spots. If there was a significant amount of rust on one of the beams, that would be reason for concern. But so far, so good.
It's a perfectly good bridge. I drive it myself several times a week.
But some residents feel more needs to be done.
Living right down the street from the most fancy football stadium in the country, I think maybe we could knock on Phil Knight's door and ask for a donation, put our hat in our hands.
And as for talks about bridge replacement, the city says that's something the voters will have to decide. Now, if that were to happen, there'd be a lot to think about in terms of widening lanes and adding higher clearance for trucks. Live in Eugene, Sarah Hurwitz, KEZI 9 News.